Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Some good news. Got an invite for an interview this evening, which is going to start in a little more than 30 minutes. If anybody wants to tune in, it will be on the show Ground Zero with Clyde Lewis. He broadcasts out of Portland, Oregon, my hometown as well. For years, a lot of people have said, Zach, you need to get on Ground Zero. And a few months back, he did have me on his weekend show. Not his typical Monday through Friday show. He does a special weekend show, I think, for his internet listenership. And they did say they were going to send me a copy of that broadcast if I wanted to share it. And I don't think they ever did. So I'll follow up with that tonight. But I got a phone call earlier today and they said, hey, we would like you to come on and talk about what's going on with Luigi Mangione. So anyhow, tonight in a little more than 30 minutes, I'll be on for the last hour of the show. That's 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. out here on the West Coast. For you East Coast people, that might be a little late, midnight to 1 a.m. This show is syndicated on different networks nationwide, and you can listen on the internet as well. So you might be able to find this even on your AM in your neck of the woods. But again, the show is Ground Zero with Clyde Lewis. He's been doing the show for decades. It's not a new show. And again, a lot of people have said over the years, this is someone we need to be collaborating with. So going to be the first official time on his show for the weekday. And I'd have to go back and look at when we did it on the weekend. I want to say it was back in September, if I'm not mistaken. But that was pretty interesting, and they seem pretty receptive to the information. I kind of got the vibe from Clyde, who's the main host of the show. That day I went on the show, there was a number of other co-hosts with him, but Clyde, the main guy, I got kind of the idea that he's more into this idea that we're in some kind of matrix, some kind of simulation, and the numbers are some kind of evidence of that. And again, a lot of people have that same conclusion in theory. I think it's more evidence of manipulation. And I don't feel like Luigi Mangione is a manifestation of the matrix. I feel like it's just another psychological operation with obvious mockery. So we'll see how that conversation goes tonight. And we'll see if, he tries to push the idea that this is just how the matrix works. But anyhow, tonight that will be the discussion. That's what they asked me to come on and talk about. He might ask me about other things. His big thing is UFOs and aliens, and they might ask me about what's going on in New Jersey. And I be curious to see how he responds to my take on it. So yeah, if you guys want to tune in, or I don't know, maybe there's somewhere you can even leave some feedback if we go on there. Maybe get us on there more often. Maybe getting on this show will help bring the work to more people. So again, Ground Zero with Clyde Lewis, if you want to look it up. And he specifically wanted to know about the 286 thing. So I'm sure it'll evolve from there. But as we know, that's pointing to the Ides of March. So if anybody wanted to hop on real quick, if you had something about Luigi Mangione, something that really stood out to you, or maybe something that you haven't seen me cover with Luigi Mangione, I just dropped the link to join the live stream. Again, I'll stay on here for about 20 or so more minutes, and then I got to get ready to do the show. But yeah, a nice, pleasant surprise. This little write-up for him says, Clyde is a powerful voice in parapolitical and paranormal news and commentary with a diverse background in news, acting, writing, and radio. He entertains and captivates audiences across multiple platforms. Lewis' career in radio began in Utah in 1982, and he created Ground Zero in 1995 in Salt Lake City. Lewis has produced Ground Zero programs online, on radio, and on television. The program, which takes its name from the scientific definition of the term, joined FM News 101 KXL in 2011 and consistently ranks #1 in the market. I'm pretty sure he now broadcasts out of Portland. So started in Utah, moved up to the Pacific Northwest. Sammy says they used to love Clyde's show when they worked nights years ago. I'm guessing they don't listen as much now that they don't work nights. Yeah, he does have a late night broadcast, especially if you're on the East Coast. So John as always says, good vid. All right. Appreciate it. We got Rich. Rich.
Hey, what's going on?
Hold on. I'm gonna have to flip around the audio settings now that I think about it.
All right.
Hold on here. Or actually, no, I think the audio's good. I take it back. I think you're good to go. Go ahead.
For sure, bro. What's going on, Zach? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you just fine.
All right. Hey, I had to add in. You know how Luigi Mangione did the shooting on December 4th, 12/4?
Right.
New Jersey equals 124.
Right.
Yep. That's
What
about
was
it.
there a New Jersey connection with this story?
With Luigi Mangione? Yeah, his ID was from New Jersey.
Oh, that's right. He had the fake ID. That's right. The fake ID from New Jersey.
Yeah, he had the fake ID, the 201. Yeah, I pointed that out too. My decode, the 201 area code. He got arrested on 12/9. The name of the manifesto, it equals 129. The Unabomber. Pointed that out too.
Yep.
But I think you have to point out the 152, man. 152 Unabomber equals 152. The arrest came 152 days after Brian Thompson's birthday. So, and then mass shooter also equals 152. Like I was telling you about a couple of days ago, I think it was when we did the live stream. But yeah, Unabomber.
Well, technically, he's not a mass shooter though, right? Because he only shot one guy.
Right. No, I get that, but you have this shooting too. The Christian school shooting that was synced up with the last shooting too. In the Tennessee school shooting.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think you know what's interesting about that shooting, if you don't mind me sharing. Let me pull on my.
He's pulling up the notes. Did you disconnect your mic?
Shit. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're back.
My bad. Yeah, I found it interesting that it came 630 days after the shooting. And if you look up Christianity, what it means to the Greeks, it means basically to die. The number 630. If you look it up.
Okay.
Yeah. So just think about the mockery too, right?
Yeah, indeed.
Yep. So that's all I had to share. That's about it, man. But I appreciate it, man. Keep up the good work. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Rich. Thanks as always. You do the same.
I appreciate it.
All right. And another good observation that Rich had was they said that he was arrested with the Unabomber book. And the name of that book is Industrial Society and Its Future. Again, Unabomber's Ted Kaczynski. In 2018, when you had those Austin bombings going on, they had that whole thing synced up with the Unabomber. They've paid tribute to the Unabomber a number of times with their psyops. This isn't the first time. And that should show you that he was part of their ongoing psychological operations, because they're always paying tribute to their past agents of chaos. But again, look at the title of the book, Industrial Society and Its Futures 129. What day was he arrested? He was arrested December 9th, 12/9. And as we know, it was 201 days from the anniversary of the Unabomber's birthday that he was arrested. The number 129 is 201 in base 8 counting. We see those numbers come together a lot. So that was another example. And yeah, we'll see how many of these points you can bring up tonight. If there was anybody else who wanted to hop on and share some observations or thoughts or things that I should definitely bring up, things that I might not have uncovered yet that you did, the link to join is in the description. And we'll see if this interview brings any new attention to the work. I can't say that after doing his Saturday show earlier this year, I really noticed any change in results, but YouTube is definitely suppressing views and everything, so it's really hard to tell if there is any bump. But I know that something happened with the video I put out yesterday because there was a lot more subscribers in just about a 12-hour period than I've seen in a long time. Um, I saw your message on that. Sosa decodes how it was at 154, like ritual sacrifice regarding the. If you guys missed the story we covered over the weekend, the OpenAI and ChatGPT whistleblower supposedly self-deleted themselves in a very repetitive ritual. Again, SUICIDE, or I'll just spell it out right here. This word has that 34 connection, and he did a whistleblow on Sam Altman's companies 34 days before his body was found dead, and the authorities said it was self-deletion. And we've seen this pattern so many times with supposed SUICIDEs. Yeah, you're right. 154 also has a mathematical connection to 201. 201 is the 154th composite number. That's correct. And that goes with the Pope's birthday, which is tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturnalia. Saturnalia equals 154. Saturn worship equals 201, like Saturnian order, like sacrifice to Saturn. Again, Pope Francis, the first Jesuit Pope, the first to live in Suite 201, his own name equals 201, born on Saturnalia. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. All right. We got Evan hopping on here once he gets his devices connected. Whoops. Oh, that's the StreamYard link to join. That's not what I wanted to decode. Ground Zero is where we're going to be. If you guys want to tune in, show's going to start in about 20. Well, the show's going right now, but I'll be hopping on in about 27 minutes. What's up, Evan?
Hey Zach, I just came on and wanted to promote the latest video that I just put out about 10 minutes ago. You just go over to my channel and search The Sports Critic. You know, obviously you can watch it on your own time, but just about all the symbolism with the Illuminati and this most recent World Series and the connections to like Pearl Harbor and World War II and all that.
Let me see. It's The Sports Critic, all is one word.
No, it's spaced out.
All right. When I searched that, a different channel came up. Hold on.
Yeah, there's another channel with the same name, but mine is the one with the green logo.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah,
All right.
the first one under 4U. So yeah, just promoting it there for anyone who wants to go check it out. I just released it about 10 minutes ago.
Very cool. Very cool. You want to talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, I guess I'll just talk about it a little bit. I just main thing I talk about is the all the connections. Like obviously this was the 120th World Series, and we know Illuminati is 120, and I talk about the connections with the Japanese players that have come into MLB and their how like the dates that they've done certain things like thrown no hitters or won World Series. Those have connected to Pearl Harbor. Either a lot of things happened on October 27th, 10/27, like 127, or something happened on 11/4 because Pearl Harbor is 114. Also, another big number that's important is 116 because attack on Pearl Harbor is 116, and I talk about that number a lot because like the Dodgers when they won this World Series, they now have 116 playoff losses all time. But there's a lot more than that. But yeah, anyways, whenever any of y'all have the chance, just go ahead and watch it.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you putting out the work, and yeah, thank you.
All right, I'll be listening in.
All right, Evan. You have a good night. All right. And I'm plugging in some details to my United Healthcare assassination post that weren't in there before. thanks to people like King Richard with the additional research. But again, if you guys don't know, on Derek's calculator, if you click, you can get the different mathematical connections. It's way down there for that one. But it says down here, if it's a composite number, so 201 is the 154th composite number. Again, United Healthcare, 154. Again, the book that Kaczynski wrote, supposedly the shooter had, Industrial Society's Future, 129. 201's 129 is 201 in base 8 counting. Again, the arrest 201 days after Ted Kaczynski, aka the Unabomber's birthday. I mean, just so redundant. So redundant, so mathematical. Let me see if it's easier. Well, I guess it's going to take a big screenshot to show that, because he has that stat, the base 8 relationship, way down there. I forget what the duodecimal is, but notice how 129 has the relationship with 177 in this other form of mathematical counting. That's interesting, because the Jesuit order is 177 and 201. I need to figure out what that is, because that's definitely not an accident. And it is kind of mind-blowing how this was all put together behind the language. Like, was it done by humans? Or is it like Knowing? If you still haven't seen the movie Knowing, that is the must-see movie from Hollywood that pertains to the things we talk about every day. Knowing, with Nicolas Cage. And 201's big connection with Saturn in that movie. They're staring at Saturn through a telescope as well. I want to say that his child in the movie has some Saturn bed sheets. Rich hop back on. What's up, Rich?
Did you did you get about the Christian shooter, the Christian school shooting today? Did you see?
I saw it was a 17-year-old girl. Did they give a name?
Yeah, they did. I just got it right now. I got the decode on it right now. Her name is Natalie Rupnow. RUP. And then the word now.
That's it. Rupnow.
And her name,
now she's 15. Now she's 15 on the daily. 15 days left in the year. Earlier they said she was 17. Okay.
Run her name, Gematria, bro. It's 61 and 74, like Jesus.
Like active shooter.
Shooter,
61
you're right.
74.
Right.
She's got a middle name too. Her middle name's Samantha, apparently. But
84,
yeah, Natalie Rupnow, 61, 74, just like active
shooter. Yep.
And big Jesus numbers too, like you just said. Jesus 61 and 74, like cross.
Madison, Wisconsin equals 74 as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Natalie Rupnow, active shooter, 15 on the day, leaving 15 days left in the year.
Yep.
What a joke.
Yep. I wouldn't even be surprised if they start saying she was with the AR-15. I wouldn't even be surprised they start putting that in the story.
Yeah. You know that's coming. You know that. Well, I did hear them. Okay, if they do that, I did see them report earlier today that she used a 9mm. So if the detail changes to AR-15,
that'd just be ultimate mockery.
Today's date numerology is 9. So that was what I noticed earlier. The 9mm on the 9 date numerology.
Right. Yeah. No, I just. Like I said, man, these stories, man, I don't even pay attention to these news stories no more, man. It's just background noise at this point. It's literally the same shit, just literally the same thing. It's literally like the Tennessee Covenant school shooting, man. Literally the same thing. Like you know what I mean? Like they report the same stuff and people just go along with it, man. Like it's crazy how many people are under mind control, man. And then you try to point this out to them, and they think that you're some kind of schizophrenic. Like, that's why I don't care what nobody says, man. I'm going to continue to put the work out there, man.
Yeah, that's why I don't care what other people think, too, because I was being called a schizophrenic when I was 18 for questioning 9/11. I just thought, what's wrong with everybody? I'm the mentally ill one because I can see through the load of shit. I mean, give me a break.
You know what? And I can relate to you, too. It's just like when I told my whole family, I told them, hey, why Joe Biden become number 46 weeks after the Pope's birthday? They all laughed at me like, oh, you really believe that? And then when when he actually did become number 46, they're like, "Oh, Rich, you just got lucky." I'm like, "Nah, this is what they're doing, man. They're using numbers. This is what they're doing."
Yeah.
So, but I appreciate it, Zach. Thank you, man. I just had to come on here and let you know about that, man. I seen that because I wanted to see if they even identified the shooter, and I'm like, let me see the gematria, and I seen it. I'm on 6174 like Jesus, like cross. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, and exactly like active shooter. We've
Yep.
seen this pattern 1,000 times.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Hey, does today also have 18 date numerology? That would make sense because 61 is an 18th prime number as well.
Yeah, it does.
Uh-huh. Yep. Yep. I appreciate it, Zach. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, for sure.
Man, same things over and over. Again, if you missed the, we broke this down in real time on the live stream I was doing today about what was going on in New Jersey with the drones, and then this news broke, and we broke it down in real time, and then I just put out a short video a little bit ago. Austin and Logan have a podcast going, and my bad, Austin. I was sleeping on your guys' podcast, but I definitely shared it on my Twitter today and mentioned it in the live stream I did earlier. I appreciate you guys helping get out the work. Hopefully you got some more subs today. I made it the top pinned comment on the live stream from earlier. And if anybody wants to hop on real quick, share anything with what you think I should talk about on Clyde Lewis tonight regarding Luigi Mangione. That's what they asked me to come on and talk about. Just drop the link again one more time. Hey, Logan and Austin are here. Shout out to both of you. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is every time, John. That's pretty much what it is every time. Police drills being reported as real news. And I still remember years ago, CNN pretty much mocked their audience. If you go, I remember when CNN did the story. If you go back, there was a shooting in Colorado Springs near a Planned Parenthood. And the same day that was the news, CNN ran a story about how police nationwide perform active shooter drills at schools, malls, theaters, public places, and they don't announce to the people around that it's a drill because it adds to the realism and the training for the scenario. I thought, man, look at the way CNN is mocking the world right now. This is exactly what they do. You guys remember the LAX shooting over a decade ago now, where they literally showed you them wheeling out one of the people who was reportedly shot, and you could clearly see that it was a plastic dummy in a wheelchair? I mean, there was no argument about it. It was obviously a plastic dummy, and they're talking to you on the news like it's a real shooting and that's a real human being. That's the power they know that they have over the populace, that they can literally wheel out a plastic dummy and tell you there's a mass shooting at LAX. And here we are over a decade later, and people are still like, what do you mean the news is fake? It's like, well, if you were paying attention, you would know it as well as we do. And, that twerp, No Impact Flicks, I saw him the other day trying to address one of his critics. Somebody called him out for validating the news and never really calling out anything. He's like, what do you mean? I've always called out 9/11, but No Impact Flicks does always validate the news and treats every news story like it's real. But he went into his diatribe and was saying, like, nobody really knows if these stories are fake. There's no real way to prove it. And he's the same guy that puts down my work and says it doesn't prove anything or make a difference. It's just, that guy's such a fake, phony, and fraud, and it's too bad more people don't have enough IQ points to see through all these phonies out here. I don't know about Notre Dame and the guy who rebuilt it. Let me look that up. Notre Dame rebuilt. Let's see. Let's just see if these keywords pop up. Well, on my quick search, nothing popped up for that. Doesn't mean it's not true, but I didn't find anything. Yeah, no kidding. Open up. No kidding. All right, we got Tony Blaze hopping on real quick. All right, Tony Blaze, real quick, and then I got to get ready to do this show. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Zach? It's been a minute since I talked to you.
Yeah, indeed. How you doing?
I'm good. Congratulations on the little one.
Thank you.
All right. I've been trying to get to you every time you do a video about you, but you don't take no calls. But because you've been talking about the Jesuits and everything, have you seen the ritual the Pope gonna do on Christmas Eve, opening the 5 portals?
Yeah, they said they do that every 25 years. So obviously, mathematical square root of 25 is 5. I'm going to look into it more. I saw the headline earlier today.
The one thing I noticed about that story, that they closed off those doors on 2016.
What doors?
The door, the portals, the doors he's supposed to open. They say it's 5 doors, and they bricked them off in 2016, and I guess they just earlier in the month took down the bricks for the door, and one of the doors is in a Roman prison, and they said this is the first time a Pope ever opened a door in a Roman prison. I don't know, is the prison in the Vatican or whatever, but they say he's opening a door in the prison, and I just found that very interesting.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to look more into that story. Again, from what I briefly read, they do this every 25 years. The last time would have been 1999, and then before that, 74, and I guess before that, 49, and then before that, 24. So
it was. Yeah, I heard. What else I read about? It said something about the 25-year jubilee. I don't know. I know too much about the Catholic Jubilee. Do you know about?
I guess it's half of a normal jubilee, but yeah, like somebody said in the chat, it's true. Pope equals 25 in Gematria, like Vatican, like Earth. So
right, they'll do it right before the 25th, going into the next year, the 25th.
Yeah, going into 2025, right?
And the 5 portals, 5 times 5 is 25. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I just thought it was interesting because you got all these darn UFOs and drones flying over New York, and you got the Pope doing rituals over there. Just like you were talking earlier in your other video, you talking about the Jesuits with all their rituals and stuff this time of year with the distractions and stuff. So I'm just, they really going overboard to going into 25, I see.
Yeah, it's a good question. I just realized my good mic is not plugged in this whole time. Let's see. Okay, now the better mic's on. All right. Well, hey, it's good to hear from you, Tony Blaze. Thanks for being part of the show.
Okay, I just wanted you to do a story on that Pope ritual, because I just find it very interesting with all the stuff going on right now.
Yeah, I definitely will do a follow-up on that one.
And one thing about this, Zach, nobody don't see this as being strange and stuff like that. They do stuff like this in a jail, the Catholic Church in jail, with all they priests, what they do to kids and stuff, and what all the murders and stuff they secret behind, and they got a secret door in the prison. Come on, man, what type of spirits they trying to bring out?
Yeah, I got to read more about it. I didn't have the detail about it being in a prison, so I didn't realize that. All
right, so I'm gonna look forward to your article on that or video on that.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, take care.
All right, have a good night.
Okay.
All right, so again, the interview is going to start in about 10 minutes. If you guys want to look up where Ground Zero with Clyde Lewis is in your neck of the woods, or if you want to catch the internet broadcast, they asked me to come on from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific out here on the West Coast. And they want to talk Luigi Mangione. So hopefully we attract some new eyes and ears to the work. And for the question about am I going to be able to post it on my own program, it's going to be a radio broadcast. So I don't think there's going to be a visual. I did, like I said, earlier this year, I did something with them for their Saturday web show, or maybe it was either a Saturday or I think it was a Saturday. It was a Saturday. It was a Saturday web show. And they said they were going to send it to me afterwards. And if they did. I don't think it made it to me, but I might follow up with that too. That one was online, so there should be a video out there for that. But yeah, you might just need to catch the radio broadcast, and I'm assuming they archive their episodes somewhere. So this would be the December 16th, 2024 broadcast on a Monday. Yeah, I could record it. Yeah. I need to figure out, I don't know how to make it so that I know how to do it in StreamYard. In StreamYard, it works where like it records the audio through the computer and then my good audio goes through the mic. I can just do one mic that picks up all things, but then the audio is not as good for my voice. And since they're on the radio, I want to give them the better mic performance. Yeah, my problem right now is I don't know how to capture the audio for both correctly. So anyhow, we'll leave it there for now. If you guys want to find the broadcast, you can definitely listen to it. And you guys can imagine what I'm going to say. I mean, I've done some videos on Luigi Mangione. So for a lot of you guys, it'll be rehash. But if you want to hear how it goes in the interview, be sure to tune in. All right, Truth Seeker. Till next time.